this fundamental change in purpose for Xbox, and that just like PlayStation and Nintendo, it's always been a company that makes hardware and also makes video games for that hardware. And that formula has been very lucrative for both of those companies. But for Xbox, they've been trying to copy that formula since the Xbox, the first one. And, you know, in the 360 era, that was the best go they had at it. But at the end of the gen, they still ended up losing out on the console sale race to PlayStation. So now we come to the current day. And from all these interviews, what Phil was saying, at least my interpretation of it was, we are a publisher that makes games and we also make hardware. So if you want to play on our hardware, we're going to do our best to make our hardware the best place to play our games. But if you want to play on the cloud, if you want to play on a Nintendo Switch 2, if you want to play on the PlayStation 5 or a PC or on the NVIDIA Shield or whatever, fine. If you want to play on a VR headset, whatever, we'll take your money. For me, it's strange that has had so much pushback, because at the end of the day, they could keep trying to do the old strategy and copy and try to copy Nintendo and PlayStation. But multiple things have happened that will basically make that impossible for them to ever succeed, to ever be anything more than third place. You can even see it in the way things get covered now, where there's an entire generation of journalists and influencers and fans who, when they see that there's been 60 million PlayStation 5 sold and 30 million Xbox Series consoles sold, they just, that means to them that PlayStation has done twice as well as Xbox this gen. And that's the measure, because that's what it's always been. People don't pay attention to like those leaked documents from the Activision Blizzard King acquisition, where it showed that, I think it was back in 2021, PlayStation had double the revenue of Xbox. Xbox had more profit, not just profit margin, but more profit, more money going home. And there's lots of reasons for that. They have the really popular subscription and Game Pass. They don't spend $500 million or even $250 million on the Last of Us 2 style games and stuff like that. Their expenses are different. They don't have those legacy single player titles. They have multiplayer games with microtransactions like Grounded and Minecraft and Sea of Thieves and now Call of Duty. Because we don't get reliable numbers, the real measure to how well these companies are doing would be their revenue and their profit margin and their profit.